This is Sport, bringing you that heat and that far. We keeping a foot on the what on the next. We keeping a foot on the what on the next. And like the Tibetan mastiff that I am, I'm applying what? Unlimited pressure. Because pressure does what? It bursts his pipes. Let's talk about it, man. Boy. Manny Pacquiao gets to duck Errol the Truth Spence, though. But Floyd Mayweather has to fight Canelo Alvarez. It's a things that make you say, It's a things that make you say, It's just like when fight fans tell you, oh, but you like black fighters. You know what I'm saying? You're not rooting for Latino fighters. But Latino fighters has a Latino community base that roots for them. You Rudy Poo and Plum Plum Rings. They have a Latino community base that roots for them. You classic Dolce and Troglodytes. They have a Latino fan base that roots for them. You ultra fanboys with the ultra fanboy rhetoric. So why does Hinosis Sport or any black person needs to sit there and root for them too? See, they want that cake and they want to eat it too. They know that black fighters are the dominant fighters in boxing. They know that if they get the okay from the black community fan bases, they are good to go in terms of fighting, right? So their mentality and how they think and how they see things is, well, if we get the co-signing by the black community fan bases and we get the co-signing by the black fighters, then we've arrived. You see, they don't like black fighters. They don't like black community fan bases, but they always looking for black fighters and black community fan bases approvals. It's a things that make you say, It's a things that make you say, So why did I say that? I said it because I wanted to preference this. Manny Pacquiao gets to duck Errol the Truth Spence. Let that marinate in the corpus callosum and in the cerebellum. But Floyd Mayweather, hear me fucking well. Floyd Mayweather has to fight Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez was a young lion. Floyd could have said, I don't want to fight him. But you know what they would have said? Well, Floyd duck Canelo Alvarez. You see the double standards that's associated with boxing? You see the racism that's associated with boxing? This is what Hinosis Sport is talking about. This is what Floyd Mayweather is talking about. This is what any black community fan bases that's using the true boxing eye test will tell you. Not Rudy Poo and Plum Plum Brain. Not classic Dolce and Troglodytes. Not ultra fanboys with the ultra fanboy rhetoric, i.e. reverse bias, aka detractors, aka panders, because they don't know nothing about boxing. All they know is how to do skullduggery in a negative way to turn you into brain full of mush and brainwashed dodo heads. But over here, we do skullduggery to turn you into true and rare boxing purists. Because we want you to use the true boxing eye test to see what you need to see from a boxing dichotomy, from a boxing perspective, from a boxing situation. So when we sit here, look at Floyd, and we look at the fact that Floyd had to fight Canelo Alvarez, but Manny Pacquiao gets the duck Errol the Truth Spence. It's a things that make you say, It's a things that make you say, Why does Manny Pacquiao get to duck Errol the Truth Spence? Why does Manny Pacquiao have to be the one to have to be stripped of the WBA belt? Why are people celebrating this stuff? They always want to see two black fighters go at it. But when a black fighter gets the chance to fight a Filipino fighter and turn him into an AARP retirement Pac-Man style, oh, we don't want that. Manny has earned everything. Manny hasn't earned every fucking thing. The guy who earned everything is the one you rejected, whom became the chief cornerstone. That's Floyd Money Mayweather. He earned everything. But they don't say that Floyd earned everything. Manny Pacquiao is sitting here fighting Floyd Mayweather's leftovers. He was about to fight Floyd Mayweather's most recent leftover in Conor McGregor. Until Conor McGregor got exposed. And then Manny Pacquiao said, oh, I'm not going to fight him no more. You know why? Because Manny Pacquiao doesn't see how he's going to get anything out of it. Floyd Mayweather mangled this guy mentally. Floyd Mayweather mangled this guy, man. Ever since Floyd Mayweather beat up Conor McGregor and knocked him out, Conor McGregor has not been the same, man. And Floyd Mayweather set up Conor McGregor for life. You see how Floyd operates? But they don't want to tell you this. What they want to tell you as fight fans is that, oh, Manny Pacquiao, he deserved everything. Manny Pacquiao's earned the right to duck. You see the reverse biasism? You see the panderisms? And what did we say about pandering narratives? they have a ceiling cap. Once they come up, woo, they must come tumbling down, dog. And they're coming to tumbling down by Hinosa Sports to bet and master unlimited pressure. Because pressure does what? It bursts his pipes. We have to talk about this, man. We have to explain all of this stuff to you guys. Because if we're not doing this, then we're not being what we call boxing aficionados. We're not being what we call boxing connoisseurs. We're not being what we call boxing purists. Because we have to deliver this truth to you guys. And we have to deliver it in its most cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat true-teller fashion. What is that? Floyd Mayweather gets to fight Canelo Alvarez. No. Get to. He had to fight Canelo Alvarez. But Manny Pacquiao gets to duck via AARP retirement pack next time because he doesn't want to fill out his AARP card because he knows Errol the True Spence will bulldoze, steamroll, damn near demolish and plow right through him and make him retire from boxing. But Floyd fought a Canelo Alvarez that was supposedly a dangerous young lion. And Floyd handled it. He took on the challenge. He didn't question anything. He stepped in there and told him, you can't crack the Mayweather Da Vinci Code because I'm going to figure your ass out. Because that's what true champions do. That's what true alpha extraordinaires governed by true alpha economics do. I done told you guys, man. Outside of Pac-Tards, anybody that's a Manny Pacquiao fan over Floyd Mayweather is a pure beta supreme. Only true alpha extraordinaires governed by true alpha economics root for Floyd Money Mayweather. And there's a small amount of us. It's a remnant of us. Believe it. Because remnant means small number, small group of people. Ain't too many of us out here, man. And like Jay-Z said, 98% of you motherfuckers on this planet are pure beta supremes. There's only 2% of true alpha extraordinaires governed by true alpha economics. So when you see your neighborhood Rudy Poo and Plum Plum Brain, classic Doda and Troglodyte, ultra fanboy with the ultra fanboy rhetoric YouTube channel tell you that Manny Pacquiao has earned the right to duck Errol the True Spence, stop the presses and pump the brakes on the nonsense. Go sit down somewhere and what? Higgity fucking hush. When it's all said and done, Errol the True Spence should be fighting for undisputed. That means he should be having namesakes. Manny Pacquiao was young enough to fight Keith Thurman. He was young enough to take the super champion of the WBA belt. So he should be young enough to get plowed, bulldozed, and steamroll from Errol the True Spence. When Manny Pacquiao gets stripped from a WBA belt, you know what the message is saying? Is that like Hinosa Sports said, and a prediction, King strikes again. And a prediction, King strikes again. That when it's all said and done, Errol the True Spence is not only the rock star, but he's the boogeyman of the welterweight division. Don't you guys notice every time Hinosa Sports says something, he's always on the thumb, he's always on the wave, he's always on the curve, and he's always on the needle of the damn situation. Everything he says in Sun Tzu, aka Art of War, 7 steps out of the game, 48 laws of power on that ass, it comes to pass. Because Hinosa Sport operates in what we call seeing the foretelling of events. He's a seer, man. He's already seen what's happening before it happened. So in seer mode fashion, Hinosa Sport done told you guys that Errol the True Spence is a rock star and he's also a boogeyman of the damn division. So what's not cold-hearted about that? What's not unadulterated about that? And what's not the cutthroat truth-teller fashion? This is what Hinosa Sport was talking about when he said reverse bias, aka detractors, aka panders. Even those terminologies are Nostradamus terminologies. Even those terminologies are, and a prediction, King strikes again. And a prediction, King strikes again. Because Hinosa Sport, when he labels situations, is because he's already seeing what the climate is giving him. And what the climate gave him was reverse bias. What the climate gave him was panders. And again, what do we say about pandering narratives? They have a ceiling cap. Once it goes up, woo, it must come tumbling down. And then what did Hinosa Sports say? They are detractors. What does that mean? They want their cake and they want to eat it too. When it's a fighter that they like, i.e. Latino fighters, or i.e. Manny Pacquiao, oh, they're going to say everything good about them. But when it's a black fighter, they're going to shit on them. Even when they are as black as this fucking jacket, and then they want to tell you, oh, I'm Puerto Rican. I'm Puerto Rican. Oh, I'm Puerto Rican. Oh. Things that make you say, It's things that make you say, You see, you guys have to tell yourselves these truths, man. You got a bunch of these types of individuals that tell you that they know boxing, but all they know is reverse bias. All they know is panderers. All they know is detractors, because that's what they are at their truest and their most properest levels. They're not telling you boxing. They're telling you their own bias, and it's a reverse iteration of it. They're telling you their own pandering, and it's their version of it, and they're telling you their own detractisms, and it's their version of detracting, because they're detracting from what's called the cold-hearted, unadulterated, in a cutthroat truth-teller fashion. What is that? Hino's Support laid it out all throughout this video, that Manny Pacquiao gets to duck his AARP retirement Pac-Man style. He gets to duck filling out his AARP card to Errol the True Spence, because he doesn't want to get bulldozed, because he doesn't want to get steamrolled, he doesn't want to get plowed through. But Floyd Money Mayweather had to fight Canelo Alvarez. Again, it's things that make you say, It's things that make you say, So when it's all said and done, what are you guys talking about? What are you guys telling yourself? And what do you got? How do you guys sound it? You're not even sounding like your own one-trick view archaic point of let you keep it back, let it keep it back. You're not even doing that. Because if you were supposed to even follow that one-trick archaic viewpoint of let it keep it back, let it keep it back, then you would want to see Errol the True Spence plow through Manny Pacquiao. You would want to see Errol the True Spence bulldoze Manny Pacquiao. You would want to see Errol the True Spence run through Manny Pacquiao. You would want to see Errol the True Spence properly retire Pacquiao. But when it's all said and done, it's because Errol the True Spence is this skin color. He's black. So they don't want to see a black man plow through a Filipino, man. Pactars don't damn sure want to see that, because Manny Pacquiao still gives them a check. Without Manny Pacquiao, they can't feed their damn village. But all of these reverse bias, aka detractors, aka panders, that are self-hating of their own skin color, of being black individuals, they don't want to see this fight too. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat truth-teller fashion. I keeps the foot on the what? On the X. I keeps the foot on the what? On the X. When it's all said and done, reverse bias, aka detractors, aka panders, are what's wrong with boxing, man. And until you Rudy, Pooh, and Plum Plum brains, you classic goats and troglodytes, you ultra fanboys with the ultra fanboy rhetoric don't wake up to see this, then it's going to be things that make you say, things that make you say, Again, I recap this. I keeps the foot on the what? On the X. I keeps the foot on the what? On the X. When it's all said and done, Floyd has to fight Canelo Alvarez, which he did, and he beat his ass up. He washed him, double washed him, and triple washed him. But Manny Pacquiao gets the duck Errol the True Spence. Just listen to that for a second. Let that marinate in the corpus callosum. Let that marinate in the cerebellum. Then holler back at Hino's Support in the comment section. This is Hino's Support. Check it out.